We're gaining on him! Keep strong, boys! This man's a killer!
Is he dead?
He's alive, just barely.
The first time I met Sam Barnes, I was 10 years old.
Come on, what you got for him?
It was the summer of 1929, and while I didn't realize it then, it would lead to the adventure of a lifetime.
Come on, boys. You shouldn't have got far on foot. Everybody keep your eyes peeled. Hey, we got something downstream here. What you got? Come on, boy, come on. Hey, over here! I think we got something.
Okay, Paps, I'm up.
It'd been over a year since my father had died. I don't think my mother had spent a night in their bed since. Mama was a strong woman, but pain and loss have a way of catching up to all of us. It's strange how life works. My father had survived the war to end all wars, only to meet his end from something as random as a farming accident. It didn't seem fair. The void it caused in our life couldn't be measured in words. Dad had always been my hero, and when that hero was lost, well, it seemed as though a part of my mama and me were lost with him. Life without Dad just wasn't the same. Aside from me not having a pa and ma a husband, his passing had left us at a considerable disadvantage with the local bank.
Tommy, I need you to walk into town for me. Give this envelope to Mr. Davis at the bank. You tell him it's all I can come up with at the moment, but I'll get him the rest as soon as we get those horses broken off to market.
Okay, Mom.
And then I want you to make your way through town, put one of these flyers up on any posting board you can find.
We gonna let people live with us now?
Unless you got a better idea of how to pay the bank note on the farm.
Guess not. That mean I'm gonna have to share my room now?
No, honey. You ain't gonna have to share your room. All right? This is only for the two spares, and this is only temporary. All right? Just until we can get back on our feet. Run along. Mwah. I need you back by lunch. Those horses ain't gonna break themselves.
All right.
Mama sure loved that farm and everything it represented. It was the only thing of Dad she had left to hold on to. Our town was small, familiar, and the only thing I knew of the world outside of our little farm. I loved every chance I had to visit.
Yes, young man? What can I do for you?
My ma said I was to give this to you.
You're the Tilwiki boy, right?
Yes, sir. I was told to tell you, Mr. Davis, that money there is all Mama and me could get together for the time being. But we get you more just as soon as she gets our horses broken off the market.
Just tell your mama to come on by here and see me in the next few days, all right?
Yeah, all right. Morning, Mr. Kinsley.
Good morning to you, Tommy.
I was wondering if you had any new books for me to look at.
Hold on. Now this is a good one.
The Legend of 5 Mile Cave. I couldn't take my eyes off it. The story of the outlaw Shooter Green.
Thanks, Mr. Kinsley.
I just stared at it the whole way back. I couldn't wait to get home and read stories of gunslingers, daring horse chases, and the amazing adventures of the Wild West. It opened up a whole new world I didn't even know existed. Little did I know that this book and a new stranger would take me on my own daring adventure. We never know where hope is going to come from.
Just a little nervous, that's all. Come on.
But that day, hope came in two ways.
Come on. Here we
Mom
go.
always said we needed to have hope, even if we didn't know where it was coming from. But that day, hope came for both of us.
Just a little nervous, that's all. Good boy.
You see, Mama never had the knack for breaking horses, and she was having a difficult time getting them ready for market.
Good boy. Good boy.
And that was the day Sam Barnes entered our lives.
Oh, oh, oh. Okay. Whoa, whoa. Oop, oop, whoa. You'll need to ride him a few times a day for the next week or so. He'll handle nicely.
You must ride a lot.
Yeah. A bit, Mrs. Tilwiki. Been a while, but a man never forgets.
How do you know my name?
Oh, there's a fellow up the road selling supplies.
Mr. Kinsley?
Yeah, he told me. He said you were accepting boarders.
Tommy, why don't you go feed the chickens? Go on. Go on.
Okay, Mom.
If that's not right, I can be on my way.
No, that's right. You'll have to forgive me. I've just got a lot on my mind is all. Susan Tilwiki. That there's my boy Tommy.
Sam. Barnes.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Barnes.
Nice to meet you, too.
So, the room rate is $1 a night. That includes 3 squares a day and fresh linens weekly.
I don't exactly have the rate you're asking. I was hoping I could, work off my keep until I find a regular paying job. I'm sure your husband could use the help.
My husband passed near a year ago. It's just me and Tommy now.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
No matter. Tommy's near man, and he does real good. But I'm afraid we're not in a position to have anyone else on with us at the moment, unless it's on a paying basis. I hope you understand.
Yes, ma'am. I understand. I'll be on my way. Good luck with those horses.
Mr. Barnes? Mr. Barnes. Well, we do have a room in the back of the barn with a cot. My husband used to stay there when a cow was calving. So you can stay there if you'd like, on a temporary basis, of course. Would you help us get these horses broke, and we'll talk about more suitable accommodations inside.
You got yourself a deal.
All right, then. All right, then. I'll show you to your room.
And that's how we met Sam Barnes. I took a liking to him right away. Mama was a little hesitant, as all good mothers are.
Dinner's ready.
That picture in there, is that your mama?
Oh, who, Josie? No. She was a friend of my family from the time in Arizona. Unfortunately, she and her child died during childbirth.
I see.
Yeah, sad. You know, my mom always kept that photograph around. She said it reminded her of how lucky her and my pa were that I turned out all right, and how fragile life can be.
Bet you did.
Well, Mr. Barnes, would you like to do the honors?
Oh, I would.
Would you like to lead us in prayer?
If it's all the same to you, I would prefer to leave it in your more than capable hands, if that's all right.
Very well. Dear Lord, thank you for the food that has been placed before us. Give us strength so that we may help others who are less fortunate. And help us to find our way when we are blind to your cause. We ask all this in Jesus Christ's name, our Savior. Amen.
Amen.
Now, Mr. Barnes, you may do the honors.
All right.
Now, pulp novels are a thing of the past. I spent hour after hour on that porch, riding with Jesse James and laughing with Calamity Jane. When I turned a page, everything around me faded away. How I wanted to truly be there. And through those novels, I was.
Legend of 5 Mile Cave, story of the outlaw Shooter Green. Sounds exciting.
It is. This fella Shooter, he pulled off one of the greatest stagecoach robberies the West had ever seen. They say he was as fast with a gun as Billy the Kid.
Billy the Kid, you say, huh?
Yep.
That's fast. That's real fast. Don't believe everything you read in books, son.
Why's that?
Because the people that write those things, they're only out for one thing.
What's that?
Get kids like you to buy them. Besides, Shooter Green wasn't as fast as Billy the Kid.
It wasn't?
Heck no. He was faster.
How do you know that?
Because I knew him. Now, I better turn in.
So soon, but it's early.
Oh, I got a lot to do tomorrow. These old bones don't recover like they used to.
I think Mr. Barnes has a good idea. You should be in bed as well.
Mama, let me read just 5 more minutes.
All right, 5 more minutes, but not a second longer.
Night, ma'am.
You can call me Susan.
Well, only if you call me Sam.
All right. Sam.
All right, Susan. Don't let the bedbugs bite you.
He seems like a real nice fella.
Yeah, seems.
Yes.
You've got a telegram.
No, Sally.
It's marked urgent.
Urgent.
Yeah, it's about some prison break over at the Arkansas Federal Prison.
Let me take a look at that, Sally.
Here you go.
Sally, cancel that lunch. I might be gone a while.
Give me a nail, will you? Nail. Hello? Hey.
Sorry.
Something on your mind?
I was just thinking about what you said last night. I mean, you really knew Shooter Green.
Yeah, I knew him. Didn't much like him, though. He's cocky. Cocky people get reckless.
So he was mean then?
Well, no, reckless and mean are two different things.
How's that?
Well, I know for a fact Shooter never set out to hurt anyone. Never set out to become an outlaw either, for that matter.
What makes you say that?
Well, I was there when Shooter Green came to the town of Tucson in the summer of 1887.
The same summer as the robbery.
The very same. Shooter was riding in from the east. He had no family, no money, and no possessions except his horse named Trapper and his six-shooter that he always kept on him.
What happened to his parents?
Don't know. Shooter always said that he was found at the doorstep of a church. No note, no name, nothing. But Shooter was ready to take on the world. And Tucson would be the first stop. Arrived in June of that year and quickly got himself acclimated. He had come from Kansas with the hopes of staking a claim, but to do that, he needed money. You see, while Shooter knew he was the fastest gun around, no one else in Tucson did.
So y'all like what you see so far?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
All right, here comes a tricky one. You see this? Huh? I'm gonna flick it up in the air and I'm gonna shoot it with my pistol. What do you think's so funny over there, huh? You don't think I can do it? No way, young fella. Come on. Thank you. Thank you very much. See some sour faces out there.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. And this hat sure appreciates it. Come on now, further. All right, now we're talking. Yeah. Yeah, right there. All right. My name's Shooter Green. And I can shoot the flea off a dog from 50 yards. I can put a bullet through the eye of a needle. You know what else? I strike faster than a rattlesnake. Yeah. A miss pays 3 to 1. Anybody interested? You interested? Yeah. You sure? Yeah. Yeah? All right. All right.
I got 50.
Whoa.
Got enough to cover a bet like that?
And then, Miss Josie Hayes arrived.
Sweetheart, I got plenty.
What about Miss Hayes?
All right, then. Consider me in.
Josie Hayes was special. Shooter knew it right away.
Your money.
And some say it was that red-tailed hawk. Others say Josie put a spell on Shooter. But Shooter, well, was the only time in recorded history that Shooter missed a shot, as well as lost a bet.
Sure you got enough? Pay it off in trade if you have to.
No, I got it. All right, don't you worry your pretty little head. I wouldn't have made the bet if I didn't. 140, 42, 45.
That's enough.
I said I got enough, all right?
Okay.
Yeah, 150. You can count it if you like.
All right, I trust you. Seem like a man of your word.
Well, I am. You can take that to the bank with you.
Well, I intend to.
Good.
Well, I better get going.
Hey, wait. You got a name?
Hayes. Josie Hayes.
Josie Hayes. And where are you from?
I live half a day's ride down in Tombstone.
Mm.
My daddy's a banker there.
Oh, that makes sense.
Mm.
I guess you really are going to take the money to the bank then, aren't you?
I've got a long ride ahead of me.
Well, did you ride down here all by yourself? I mean,
There's something wrong with that?
Well, I mean, I guess it's just that,
Just what? Women aren't supposed to ride all by themselves, that it?
Well, no. I mean, of course, yeah. I mean, it's fine, I guess. I didn't mean no
Look
offense.
here, Mr. Green. I might be a woman, but I can take care of myself.
Yep, Shooter Green had a masterful command of a gun. But his heart, well, that was another matter altogether.
Well, howdy, Miss Hayes. I was hoping I could accompany you on your ride back to Tombstone.
Oh, for Pete's sake. Don't you have anything better to do?
There's nowhere else in this world I'd rather be right now than right here with you. Hey, that was some real sharp shooting you did back there. Who taught you?
Myself. You surprised?
Truthfully? Yeah?
Well, that's real nice, ain't it?
Listen, Miss Hayes, I don't lie. Not when it counts. And that's something you'll learn about me.
To learn something about someone implies that you want to be around them long enough to take any interest. What makes you think I want to be around you long enough?
I don't know. Maybe I just see it in your eyes.
Oh, is that a fact?
And you want to know what else is a fact?
Reckon you're gonna tell me anyway.
Someday, I'm gonna make you my wife.
Well, to do that, you're gonna have to catch me.
All right.
So Shooter really was that fast with a gun.
Sure was. I won and lost more money on that boy's talents.
And Josie? How come the book never mentions her?
Well, nobody really knew about her. See, their relationship was kind of a secret. Your daddy was the big man in those parts. Josie knew her daddy wouldn't take too kindly to her courting a vagabond marksman from Kansas.
So they kept their relationship a secret.
Josie wanted to tell her parents. She loved Shooter for who he was. She just figured her parents needed to accept that one way or another. Shooter, on the other hand, he figured best be kept a secret till he could afford to buy her a proper ring, proper wedding, proper house, all the things a woman of her upbringing grown accustomed to. Shooter just couldn't get it through his thick head. Josie loved him for being him.
There's just one thing I don't quite understand about all this, Mr. Barnes.
What's that?
Well, if their relationship was supposed to be a secret, how come you knew about it?
Now, that is a good question. I guess that,
Lunch is ready.
I'm starved. Let's eat.
Me too.
Those sandwiches were good, man.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Simple, yet satisfying.
Sure was.
Mr. Barnes here has been telling me all about the outlaw Shooter Green.
Uh-huh. Is that a fact?
Yes, ma'am. Mostly I was telling Tommy not to believe everything he reads in books. At least not those types, anyway.
Well, I guess you can blame me for that. I'm the one that let him start reading them. Seems it's the only thing he enjoys since.
Clear your place.
Yes, sir.
Here, we'll help you out here.
Thank you.
Yes?
I don't mean to disturb you, ma'am, but I'm looking for a couple by the name of Kinnison. He was our family's minister in Tucson over 30 years ago. You got a second to talk?
I could use a refreshment. Do you want to join me on the porch?
Thank you, ma'am.
Don't get much company out here.
Thank you. So, how long ago did the Kinnisons pass?
Oh, some years back. Just before the war, I think. Car accident.
They had a daughter, didn't they?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Lives in Kentucky, near as I can recollect. She married a fella up there. Tilwicky, Darby Tilwicky. Yeah. They sold us this place. When it went on the market, we bought it. I don't know, you going so soon?
Yes, ma'am. I'm not a racehorse, and Kentucky's not getting any closer with me sitting here.
Well, bye.
You ever fired a gun before?
No, sir. But my pa kept promising we would, but...
Well, I tell you what. After chores this morning, why don't we give it a try? That is, if it's okay with your mom.
What's that?
Mr. Barnes wants to teach me to shoot after chores. Can't we, Mama, please?
Boy should learn to protect his family, if you don't mind my saying.
In fact, I do mind, Sam. A gun is not a toy.
Mama, I'm nearly 11.
Listen to your mama, Tommy. I should have consulted her. I overstepped. I apologize.
No, that's all right. This business at the bank has just got me a little stressed, that's all. His pa was gonna teach him how to shoot, and Tommy shouldn't have to suffer just because he's not around here to do that.
That mean he can teach me? Does it, Mama?
I suppose so.
Providing you get your chores done.
Okay, Mama, I will. I'll start right now. Hey, Paps, it's chore time.
You promise me you'll keep him safe.
Oh, you have my word.
Thank you, Sam.
Good luck.
My husband always dealt with the business side of things. The farm has been in his family for generations.
Yes, I was sorry to hear of his passing.
Thank you.
There's no delicate way to put this, Mrs. Tilwicky, so I'm just gonna come out with it. The bank has petitioned your property for foreclosure.
What exactly does that mean?
Well, you'll have till the end of the month to either bring the loan current or remove your belongings from the premises. Anything left will be sold at auction 2 weeks later with the property.
The horse auctions aren't for another 3 months. We don't have enough time. Without broke horses, we won't get a good enough price.
I'm sorry, but the policy is policy, ma'am.
My husband put everything he had into that farm. And he fought in the war for our country, and somehow we managed to hang on to it. But if you take that farm away from us, that's all we got left of him. So I'm just asking you, please, can you just give us 6 more months? I'll get you the money in 6 months.
Mrs. Tilwicky, please. I'm really sorry, but the bank's done all we can do, ma'am.
Thank you for your time.
Good shot, Mr. Barnes.
All right, it's gonna be your turn now. I'm gonna hand you this weapon. You're gonna take a nice firm grip on it. You grab that, grab it right there. You got it good?
Uh-huh.
All right, you put that into your shoulder nice and tight. You read about this stuff, haven't you? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Put your other hand out there, cradle it. Hold it carefully. All right, now I'm gonna rack a load. Your hand out of there, good. All right, don't put your finger on the trigger yet, okay. Now, you're gonna wanna look through this sight here on that front sight. Keep your eye focused on that front sight. You put it on one of those apples. You're gonna remember 3 things. Nice balance. Take a nice deep breath. Let it go. Relax and gently pull that trigger.
Nuts!
All right, that's all right. Let's try again. Finger off that trigger. Okay, get it up against your shoulder. Front sight. Balance. Breathing. Gently pull that trigger.
I hit it.
You're a good shot, Tommy. Just might be as good a shooter one day.
Mama, I did it. I shot a piece of fruit. It was what was it you called it again?
100-yard shot.
Yeah, 100-yard shot.
That's good. It's real good, Tommy.
Tommy, why don't you go get washed up? I'll teach you how to clean that after we eat.
Okay, yes, sir.
Go on. Bank wouldn't budge.
Not even a little. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
It's gonna be okay. It's all gonna work out. You'll see. What you need to do is stay strong for that boy, okay?
You're right. You're right.
I'll mind, Tommy. You take as much time as you need.
Thank you, Sam.
You'll be fine.
Hey, yesterday you were gonna tell me how come you knew so much about Shooter. I mean, seeing as he was a loner and all.
Well, I guess you could say I was sort of a confidant of Shooter's.
What's that?
Confidant? Someone he could bounce things off of. Make sure he was doing the right thing.
Kind of like what we're doing right now.
Yeah. Kind of like what we're doing right now.
So, what ended up happening with Shooter and Josie?
You're just not gonna give up till you know everything, are you?
Nope.
Let me see. Where was I? All right. Shooter and Josie had been secretly courting for most of the summer, and well, he knew she was the one for him. He also knew that if he was gonna pop the question, he needed to get her a proper engagement ring, at least to his way of thinking.
So, why didn't he just raise more money from bets and shooting?
That is a very good question, young man. It deserves a good answer.
Big deal. Seen it already.
Under normal circumstances, Shooter would have simply packed up and moved on to the next place that hadn't heard of him. Now that he had Josie on his mind, leaving wasn't an option.
What did he end up doing?
For a time, he sat around and felt sorry for himself. That is, until one day.
Can I get you anything, Marshall?
Yeah, I think I'll have a nip of the old overhaul. Make it two. Word on the street is that you've fallen onto hard times.
I ain't done nothing wrong, if that's what you're asking.
No, I ain't here to say you did. I'm just passing on my findings, that's all. Just 'cause one man's looking for another doesn't mean it's necessarily a bad thing. Virgil alert.
Yeah, I've heard of you.
Is that so?
Uh-huh. You and your brother made quite the name for yourselves down in Kansas. What brings you to Tucson?
Business for the Arizona Territory. We're starting a series of shipments weekly.
Well, what's that got to do with me?
Well, I've heard that you're spectacularly good with a gun.
How so?
Thank you, ma'am. I need men to watch over those shipments. Men that I can trust to show up and meet the stagecoach. These parts aren't really tame, so to speak. There's a lot of unsavory types that like to make a quick buck on the likes of what's on those shipments.
Well, what is the content of those shipments?
That's for me to know, and you, my friend, to protect.
What makes you think I'd be interested?
Oh, just $500. And more where that came from, if you stay on beyond 3 months. Oh, you won't be at it alone. There'll be others with you, but it won't be easy. There will be a mark on your head. And I'm here to tell you, shooting at fellas what are shooting back isn't as easy as busting them bottles.
I mean, it all sounds pretty interesting. Can I give you an answer in the morning?
Oh, of course. I understand. You got to check in with the little lady. She's a beauty.
What do you know about Josie?
I make it my business to know everything about a man that I'm about to hire. You see, when you're on that trail, you're an extension of myself. Anything goes wrong out there, I will take it personal. You hear me?
Yes, sir.
Good. Then I expect you'll have an answer for me in the morning.
All right, then. You got my word.
Now this left Shooter in a predicament. He could either turn down the job that would give him everything to provide for Josie, or tell Josie he was about to risk his life for something she didn't even care about.
Let me guess. Didn't go over so well, did it?
Nope.
Do you know what happens to people that do that, Shooter? You come back in a pine box, and I know I've seen it happen all the time with men my daddy hired to bring money in and out.
I don't know. I thought you'd be thrilled. Think about it. That's enough for us to get married. And you can introduce me to your pa. I mean, kind of hard to look down at a fella making $100 a month.
I don't want you to get killed.
I'm telling you right now, nothing's gonna happen to me. You have my word.
You don't know that, Shooter.
All right.
Shooter, what are you doing?
What's it look like? Josie, you're the most amazing woman that I ever laid eyes on. You're beautiful, you're smart, you're sassy, you're everything I've dreamed of, but honestly, I don't really deserve.
No. You do deserve me. You do, okay? You are a good man. You're my man.
Well, how about it then? Will you marry me, Miss Hayes?
Of course I will, you silly cowboy.
All right. One of those and a little bit of this.
Ew, that's gross.
Oh, there will come a time when you will think quite differently, I guarantee it. Even you are not immune to the power of the female persuasion.
They don't make a vaccine for it or something?
Ha! No, I'm afraid not, no. Vaccine.
So, what happened next?
The next morning, Josie and Shooter got married. But, they agreed to keep it secret till they could tell her parents and have a more proper wedding.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today in the eyes of God to witness one of life's greatest events, the marriage of Josie to Sam. Sam, do you take this woman to be your wife, to live together in the bonds of holy matrimony?
I do.
And Josie, do you take this man as your lawfully wedded husband to live forever in the bonds of marriage for as long as you shall live?
I do.
By the power vested in me by my office and by the territory of Arizona, I hereby get to bestow upon you the most honorable of titles that can exist between a man and a woman. I hereby pronounce you as husband and wife. Sam, you may seal your vows with a kiss.
Yes, sir. How can I help you, young fella?
You sure, Fiend?
Well, that depends on who's asking.
Shooter Green. I was told to report here by Virgil Earp.
Right. Yes, sir. So you were. You want some jerky?
I'm good, thanks.
Sure?
Yeah.
The rest of our crew will be in here momentarily, so if you want to have a seat or whatever there.
How many of us are there?
Well, it'll be 5, counting me, but I only go as far as Dateland. I can't go very far. If I go too far, I get to piles.
Well. Look at the cat done drug in, boys. A new kid. He's pretty, ain't he?
For a horse.
Doc Small, at your service.
Shooter Green, nice to meet you.
We've heard of you. Herb says you're supposed to be real fast with that gun.
Well, fast is one thing, accurate's another. And both, well, that's a different story.
Humble. I like it. I like it.
All right, enough of this. We got to get going. Stagecoach is going to be here any minute, and hey, leave that alone. That's my jerky. Leave that alone. First off, we leave our horses here. Now, there's plenty of them the government's got up there for us, and when we get off the stagecoach at Tucson, so we can get back on theirs. Secondly, we make this run once a week. Only way to get paid is to catch the coach. You miss that stagecoach, you've missed a week's pay. Don't lollygag getting back here. Now, the third thing is this. I want everybody to fill out a last will and testament. It's so that we can make sure your money gets where it's supposed to be should something happen to you. It's a grim reality, men, but it's something that we've got to deal with. So there's the paper and the pens. If you can't write, let me know. I'll write for you. If you got, and just make your mark. That's good. Any questions?
Yeah. Arizona Territory is paying for our horses. Are they also paying for our headstones?
Shooter spent many a night on the road thinking about Josie, death, and what might happen. And all he could do was wait for the time to come when he could see her again, and any time could be his last. It never got easier, but he was providing. And so far, they hadn't run into any trouble. Shooter was surviving. And it looked like things were going to turn out all right for Shooter. That is, till one day.
Josie? Honey? What's wrong?
You're wrong. I don't much like to talk about this part of the story, but Josie's parents were killed in a fire. Her mother forgot to blow out a candle one night and the whole house went up in flames. Even though Josie's parents didn't approve of her marriage to Shooter, they were all the family either of them had. But time has a way of passing.
He ain't coming. Let's get going, boys.
Sure.
Sorry. I didn't mean to wake you up.
It's no matter. I'm just having a tough time sleeping anyway.
Yeah.
You headed out to Yuma?
I'm afraid so.
You know, you're all I've got left in this world now, right?
I know. This would be my last trip, Josie. I mean, after today, I get paid for the first month, you know? So, I can use that money to get settled in.
You promise you'll come back to me?
Come on now. What did I tell you the first day we met?
That you are a man of your word.
That's right. And I give you my word. I'm Shooter Green. And I can shoot the flea off a dog from 50 yards. I mean, I can put the bullet through the ebb of needle. And I strike faster than a rattlesnake. I'll make it back to you.
Us?
Us?
Mm-hmm. I'm pregnant, Shooter.
Pregnant?
Are you mad?
Mad? Are you kidding me? No, I'm not mad. I'm the happiest man in the world right now.
All right, then you promise. You promise, okay, that this is your last trip, all right?
Yes.
Please.
I promise. I promise.
As long as I have you, love always finds a way.
Love finds a way.
Today's payday, boys. What are you gonna do with yours?
I got a few debts to pay off.
Come on!
Only way to get paid is to catch the coach. If you miss that stagecoach, you've missed a week's pay.
Hey! Hold on! I'm here! Hey!
You hear something?
It's Shooter! Well, open up the door. Get him in here. Come on, Shooter! Jump!
Come on, girl!
I got you. You are one crazy hombre.
Well, I couldn't miss payday.
We only about 30 minutes from payday, boys. Yeah, there's the opening to 5 Mile Cave.
5 Mile Cave?
Yeah, you don't know about 5 Mile Cave? They say that thing is so deep that if a man was to walk in there, he'd never see the light of day again.
Hey, what's that?
What?
That over there.
It looks like we're gonna have some company, boys.
There's only 2 of them. We can beat them.
Hold on.
Let's go. Well, maybe you didn't hear the man. Now, Deke.
Deke, what are you doing?
What I got to.
Don't point the gun at me. Sheriff, do something.
Hush up, Jesse.
Deke, well, what's happening? Oh, Sheriff? What are you doing?
Whatever I have to, son. Back on up.
Careful, like. That's good.
Why?
Money does crazy things to people, Shooter. You know that. Especially when it's $200,000 in gold.
You doing all this for A little bit of gold.
Well, that's what makes the world go round, kid.
You think Earp's gonna let you get away with this?
Who says?
He was there. He goes,
Forgetting something?
no, I think I got it all figured out.
What are you doing?
Like the sheriff said, whatever we have to. It's better them than us, right, Shooter? Join us. We need a guy like you.
Killing gets you nowhere, Small. Jesse was one of us.
Well, it's just a matter of time for the rest to come around here and catch up with us. The stagecoach, all of it. See, work's expendable. But the pay is good, right? But what's the point of all of it if not around to enjoy it? This is an easier way. Trust me. We're gonna go into town, tell everyone how we got held up. There was a shootout. They shot our driver, we shot one of them. The others, they took off in different directions, scattered our horses and our wagon. I mean, we couldn't go after them because, you know, we're on foot. And by the time they get their posse together, they're all gone. Meanwhile, being here has the loot. He goes back and gets a room in Dateland, just like he has every week this month.
It's not gonna work. You got a problem. Sheriff didn't get off in Dateland.
Oh, well, who says? The only one who knows for sure was the driver. And I don't think he's talking.
Yeah, you took care of that.
Last chance to join us, Shooter.
Sorry, fellas. You're gonna have to kill me like you did the rest of them.
That's good. That's good. That means more gold for...
He's getting away.
Boys, Sheriff and I are gonna take two of these horses into Tucson, get a posse together. It's our word against his, and he has our loot.
All right, then you better promise. Better promise, okay, that this is your last trip, all right?
Yes.
Please?
I promise. I promise.
And then what?
Do you think it's time for bed, huh?
Come on, just a bit more.
All right, let me see. Shooter knew it'd be a race to get back to the authorities. See, in those days, a man's word was all he had, and since he had the loot, he knew one of two things could happen. He'd get blamed, Doc Small got word to Earp first, or
what?
Or they'd take the money for themselves on account of his horse being weighted down with all that gold and loot.
So what'd he do?
He did what any man in his position would do. He hid it. In that area, there was a cave system. Many said ran some 5 miles underground.
5 Mile Cave!
You got it. Shooter knew that if he could stash the loot, it gave him a bargaining chip until the truth was sorted out. He figured that under those circumstances, it was better than Doc and his men getting their hands on it. Meanwhile, Doc had reached Tucson and told Earp his version of what had happened. And just like Shooter figured, Doc pinned the whole thing on him.
I need men I can trust. I trusted this man, and he betrayed us. Took the wealth of this good city and shot, in cold blood, 3 of our very own. Now, these witnesses here will attest to the fact that this man shot down our own in cold blood.
I need men that will react instantly and shoot this man on sight. Any man that rides will be paid. Any man that shoots him will be paid double.
Herb bought the whole thing hook, line, and sinker, and quickly organized a posse.
My book says Earp shot Shooter in the shoulder.
Well, yeah, that is one of the few things that book got right. Knock him off his horse, hit his head on a rock.
Lost his memory of where the gold was hidden, right?
That's right.
The book says Shooter went to prison for robbery and murder.
Yeah. That he did.
Even though he was innocent?
Yes. Even though he was innocent.
But what happened to Josie and the baby?
Well, that is a very good question.
Come on, sweetie. A lot of work to get done if we're gonna find a buyer for those horses.
Ma, just a few more minutes.
Come on, you listen to your mama now. Plenty of time, storytelling when we're breaking horses. Let's go.
All right.
Come on. Besides, I need to go stretch my legs anyway.
Evening, ma'am.
Evening.
Name's Bud Tabor.
What can I do for you, Mr. Tabor?
Man in town said, you were taking in boarders?
That we are.
How much?
Well, it's $1 a night, $5 if you take it for the week, and I'll give you 3 squares a day if you want it.
I don't plan on staying that long, so how about we start with this?
You don't want to see the room?
Oh, no, ma'am. Your place looks fine enough to me. You look like nice people.
All right, then. Do you have any bags?
Yes, ma'am.
He's a bit of a strange sort, don't you think?
No. He's a cash-paying customer. That's all that matters. Besides, we got Sam, should the need arise. Mr. Tabor, show you to your room. Hello there.
Hi.
You're just in time. Should be good as new.
Bless you.
You're welcome.
Just out for a walk.
It's a nice night for one.
The company?
Oh, that is my first boarder. Yeah. Seems like a nice enough fella.
Every little bit helps.
Oh, yeah, that it does. You know, Sam, we've been so busy trying to save this place, I don't think I've had the time to properly thank you for everything you've been doing around here.
Oh.
And, you know, especially today. It was a bit of a mess.
Love will find a way. I see how you look on that boy. I'm a firm believer that things have a way of working themselves out.
I hope so.
Besides, slinging hay and breaking a few horses, that ain't nothing. Because of you, I have a roof over my head at night.
Well, I can't tell you the last time I've seen Tommy so happy. And he's really taken a shine to you.
Yeah. Feelings mutual.
You know, Sam, I can't put my finger on it, but I feel like we've met before.
Well, I can't tell you how much I wish that was the truth.
You okay, Sam?
You mind my asking what you know about your parents?
Oh, my parents. Well, my daddy was a Baptist minister out of New Mexico. And him and my mama moved here back in 1902, and I was just a girl. And then we lost them both in a car accident right after Tommy was born.
Sorry to hear that.
Thank you. You know, Sam, I can't tell you how much I wish they were still around.
They were good people.
Say that like you knew them.
I did.
What?
Well, I was asking you about your parents. I didn't mean your adopted ones. I meant your real parents.
Sam, I don't know what you're getting
The
at.
picture of Josie there on the wall.
What about it?
She was in love with a fella by the name of Shooter Green.
What, a character from Tommy's pulp novels?
No. Shooter Green was real. See, he did go to prison for murder and robbery, crimes he didn't commit. Leaving Josie and the baby by themselves in the world. 8 months later, Josie died in childbirth. It broke his heart. My heart. But thank the good Lord, a local pastor and his wife, they took her child in and raised her as their own. You were that baby, Susan. You know, I said I lost my family a long time ago.
I want to hear anything like
My
this.
name is Sam Breen, Susan. I used to be called Shooter. I'm your dad.
No, you're not.
It's the truth. For better or worse.
And why? Why after all this time? Why are you back here, huh?
I wrote so many letters. I tried to send them. I really wanted. I knew the Kinnisons could give you a better life than I could. I just didn't want to interfere with that.
Oh, and I suppose breaking out of prison, coming here, messing with my boy's head, that's not interfering?
I'm not the man the world thinks I am. I'm not. I'm not asking for a chance to make it up. I can't. I'm asking for a chance to make it right.
I'm gonna turn it in for the night. When I awake, I expect you to be gone.
boy. Come on, in here. That's right. Hang tight in here for a few. Something I gotta take care of. Stupid dog. Look what the cat dragged in. Where do you think you're going?
How'd you find me?
That wasn't hard. Just got nowhere to look. When I heard you'd escaped, I figured you'd head to one of two places. When your kid, or to find my gold. Looks like I got here just in time.
Gold's gone, Small. Went missing the moment my head hit that rock.
Maybe. Or maybe all that time in the big house helped you refresh your memory. Put the bracelets on.
Okay, Mr. Barnes, you promised to tell me the rest of...
On your knees!
Story.
Do it!
Mama? Mama, come quick!
Don't you dare hurt him.
I'll do what I want.
Tabor, what's the meaning of this?
His name's not Tabor. It's Small. He's a sheriff from Tucson.
Is that true?
Yes, ma'am. This man's name is Sam Shooter Green. He's a wanted fugitive. Escaped out of Arkansas Federal Prison here 2 weeks ago. But I expect you knew that.
Don't you think this is a job for the local authorities?
No need. I got things handled just fine.
Kentucky's a long way from your jurisdiction, Sheriff.
Lady, you best keep your nose out of my business before I put you back in that car with him.
Let it be, Susan. He just wants me.
Take his advice, Missy. Last I heard, aiding and abetting a criminal's a crime in Kentucky, too.
We'll see what the locals have to
You
do.
don't seem to know when to leave well enough alone, do you? Huh?
You are Doc Small. From the robbery.
Who told you that, boy? Him? That man's a murderer and a liar.
No, sir. There's two things about Shooter Green. He's a man of his word and he don't ever lie. Not when it counts.
You got what you come for, Small. Let's go. Leave them be. They're innocent.
Well, a minute ago it'd have been that simple. But your daughter here seems to have your knack for not knowing when to leave well enough alone.
Daughter. Mama.
Now, hush down.
You'll never get away with it. They'll come looking.
Tommy!
Let him! Don't you move. I'm gonna find that gold, and you're gonna help me! Now move it! Don't move, Missy. In the car!
Tommy? Tommy, what are you doing?
Protecting my family.
Tommy, wait!
Nuts!
You're gonna remember three things. Balance. Breathing. Gently pull that trigger.
I should have locked both of you up with that stupid dog.
My name is Shooter Green. And I can shoot the flea off a dog at 50 yards. I could put a bullet through the eye of a needle. And I can strike faster than a rattlesnake. Susan, ring the sheriff. Small here is gonna take a little trip. Also, call a doctor.
That day I saw my hero come to life. My hero, who was also my grandfather. Doc Small got what he deserved. To this day, they're still coming up with new crimes he committed. The next couple of weeks were scary. We didn't know if Sam was gonna make it. And even though I was worried about Sam, I was trying not to show Mama. She had enough to worry about as it was.
Easy does it.
I am sorry, Susan. I shouldn't have come back.
I'm not. You're the only family we got left.
And Daddy always used to say that family needs to stick together.
Your daddy was a wise man.
But hey, your story ain't over yet, Shooter. You promised to tell me the ending, and I aim to hold you to it.
Well, there is nothing I would like more than to do that.
I want to hear a story.
Well, anything, name it.
Could you tell me about Josie?
Yeah. Tell her, Shooter.
First of all, she had your eyes. And she was, without a doubt, the prettiest gal in 5 counties. But most of all, she had the strength of your spirit and determination.
Sam Shooter Green was exonerated by a federal court of the United States on August the 10th, 1929. And with Sam's help, as a family, we worked hard and sold enough horses to save our farm. It was true when I said that the day I met Sam Shooter Green, I didn't realize it then, but it would lead to the adventure of a lifetime. A lifetime of growing to know a man who loved us fully, who made the most of the cards life had dealt him. Looking back, I think his old age was the good Lord's way of giving back the time that had been stolen from Shooter in his youth. I know somewhere, he and Josie are smiling.